Only want to see you dancing in your purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Woo! Purple rain, purple rain. Yes, YouTube, purple rain. I thought it would just be fitting to do a video. As you all know, we lost an icon last week. Prince, Nelson Rogers, Roger Nelson, Prince, but Roger Nelson. I switched it up. I'm sorry, but Prince, we know him as Prince, passed away last week at the age of 57. 2016 has been really interesting year. We experienced a lot of celebs passing, at the beginning of this year until now, and some of these celebrities haven't been, not necessarily old or extremely sick, but they're just dropping off like flies. And it's just really, you think about Prince, and he probably had a lot of more music left to create. I'm sure, because he was still writing, he was still playing, he was still performing, he was still touring. So I know we had a bit of Prince, a lot of Prince music that was still yet to come. My first exposure to Prince was when Purple Rain came out. I had to be either like 3 or 4. I think Purple Rain came out in like 84, and I remember my parents going to see the movie, buying the album. When the movie came out on VHS, yes, dating myself back to the 80s. VHS tapes was the thing back in the day, so they bought the home video, and it was a big to-do. That was my first exposure to Prince, and I fell in love with his music even as a little girl. Prince was a true musician. What Prince song out there that nobody didn't like or didn't enjoy? You rarely can say that there was rarely a song out there that you didn't like. Even you might find some songs serious. You may have found some songs comical, but you always, had a ear and a listening ear to be open to Prince. But from then, that was my exposure to Prince, and my parents are diehard Prince fans, and they were pretty much upset. Prince is within their age group. My parents are like, not necessarily, maybe got a year or two on Prince, but they consider him, an artist of their age and the artist of their time when they were young. So, they was quite devastated, and they was trying to look through the house to see what they had anything left for Prince. The day I found where was I at when I found out the news? I actually was on lunch. We was trying to get those Jimmy John's sandwiches for $1 that last week when it was Customer Appreciation Day, and it was not happening, and the line was wrapped around the corner, and we only get an hour for lunch. So we decided to go to Mariano's. I never ate lunch at Mariano's. I shopped there but never sat down to have a meal there, and I was looking to select a drink, and the lady who's the worker had told me that Prince had died, and I said, wow. So of course, once I sat down to the table, I, was telling my co-workers, they were saying the same thing, people was texting them. So of course we went online, and it was confirmed that Prince had died at the age of 57, and it was kind of sad, and it was kind of hard to go back to work. My one co-worker was like, I'm ready to flip over tables, and it's time to just go home. We can't do it. And when we got back into the car to drive back to work, the radio stations were already playing Prince music, and yeah, it was just kind of hard. And even, I had to take my student who ended up being an older adult student. He's like, man, Prince just died. And I said, yeah, I found out while I was on lunch. So, but Prince was a musical genius. He was a true musician. He played 1,000 instruments. all his work was original work. He said he prided himself on not sampling and not covering people's work. He said true musicians don't sample and true musicians don't cover work. He said it's okay to cover and do tributes, but he said, you know, you would never find him on stage with auto tunes or any assistance. He's gonna play, he's gonna sing, and it's gonna be true, authentic music. Prince was an individual. He had his own unique style. What man could wear heel boots, tight clothes, and still can be respected and treated manly, and all the ladies wanted Prince. Prince did his own thing, and he was an own individual. Prince was very private. You only knew what the media allowed you to know Prince, but Prince lived a very private life. He didn't let a lot of people into stuff. You know, we were aware that Prince had many women, and he only married twice, and he had a son which ends up passing away, which is sad because, you know, how that would have been to leave a living legacy of that. But he's, you know, survived by, you know, siblings and family members, and I'm sure they're probably going to turn his house. I can foresee them turning his estate, his home in Minnesota, into like a museum, and probably jacking up the prices and letting people come in there to see it, because I heard it's you know, just looking at the pictures that's been posted and hearing people talk about it in the media, it's like it was like a different type of place to be. So what else can I say about Prince? Prince was also the ultimate shade thrower. You know, shade, that came out within these, last few years about throwing shade. But Prince was the ultimate shade thrower. There is a video on YouTube, and I'm going to link it below, that I came across that said, you know, Prince shade moments, and he had quite a few of them, and, you know, we were like, wow, cracking up and just saying, oh, that was Prince. But when you look at it now, it's like, damn, Prince was like the king of shade throwing. So I'm going to link that below so you can check that out. But it was quite a bit of moments. I'm like, man, he played them, man, yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, Prince was the ultimate shade thrower, and he would definitely be missed. And it just came, you know, just unexpectedly. I mean, we were just, you know, talking about the death of radio legend Doug Banks, and he was in his, I think he was going to be 58. And, you know, Doug Banks, if he would have made it to his birthday, it's the exact same age of my mom. So it was just like, and I grew up listening to Doug Banks on V103 in Chicago. I mean, his show now was syndicated, but it's just a shame how, you know, we was just grieving over his death, and now here goes Prince, and it's just like, with that, people, we got to take care of ourselves, you all. We cannot run ourselves into the ground. We need to get proper rest. We need to see medical attention. Also, that made me thought about Fife from Tribe Called Quest. He, you know, passed away too. So seeing a lot of these celebrities dying off in these relatively still not old ages, like I don't look at 40 and 50 and 60 being like old and elderly. Those are still popping years for people, and just seeing all these celebs, you know, succumbing to these, you know, illnesses and just sudden death, is just make you want to stop and say, hey, we need to slow down, get our rest, make sure we're, you know, going to the doctor, being treated. And yeah, so Prince would definitely be missed. May he rest in peace. And he is, you know, his son passed away few years ago, and he's in heaven with his son, hopefully. And you know, his music would definitely live on. Now you're probably gonna see a lot of tributes been coming along. I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of concerts. We'll get to see what the BET Awards is gonna do this summer. These award show seasons, when they come back around, I'm sure they all gonna do something for Prince as well. So I want to end with, what is Lisa top 5 Prince songs? So that was hard to think of because I pretty much liked everything that was Prince. But number 5 was Diamonds and Pearls. Number 4 was the song, I don't know if this is the correct title, but I know this is a chorus, Until the End of Time. I'll be there for you, but I think it's Until the End of Time. Number 3 was Little Red Corvette. Number 2 was Party Like It's 1999. And my number 1 was the entire Purple Rain album because my parents played that to death. So I'm definitely going to look to see if I can possibly purchase that album, because I know that they finna do something with that. I know they finna like remaster that, put it back out to make some money. But yeah, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, be blessed, rest in heaven, Prince, and we love you. We thank you for the music, and stay tuned for more videos, YouTube. As always, if you're not a subscriber, do subscribe, and if you are a subscriber, and encourage somebody else to subscribe. Peace out. Peace.